Great, thank you. So today, keep in mind I have just 1% battery. If battery fails, just and you can't hear me well, just let me know. Or I have 1 bar, whatever that means here. All right, so today we're gonna move on to a brand new section. So yesterday we have finished the general aviation section. All right, oh, sorry, the general knowledge. All right. With general knowledge being finished, we're gonna move on and talk about air law. Air law will be one of those most boring topics. And so when you are studying air law, right, this is just a memory game. You do not need to. It's fairly simple to understand, but if you don't understand, it's just memory, right, straight up. And the reason for that is because it's just laws that are being made up. Why they're like that, I'm sure each law has their own reason. Some are easy to understand, some are hard to understand. All right, but we still need to know all of them. Now, air law. All right, so we'll start with that. So air law, we have the CARS. All right, Canadian Aviation Regulation. All right, so that's what in short CARS stands for. Okay, so when somebody's talking about, hey, look up in the CARS, when can you fly at night? All right, then by CARS we mean look up at the regulations. All right. Compilation of rules and regulation requirements from Transport Canada, all right, contains both regulations and standards, all right? So write this next one down, all right? Whenever you see a number, you will have a 401 and 421, all right? 40, where it says 0 in the middle there, that will be a regulation, all right? You must meet the recency requirement in order to act as pilot in command. All right, so that is a regulation, you have to do it. All right? But it's not going to be very useful if they say you have to do it and not tell you how you could do it. So to see how you could do it, how you could meet the regulation, they will have a standard, right? Which will be a 421. All right, so if it's a 2 in the middle, it's a standard. Now, there's lots of 501, 601, all right? So again, 0 in the middle, just whatever the number is a regulation. That's the difference between these two. All right? Now, when we're taking a look at the regulations are divided into many, many parts, all right? Those parts you do not have to remember. It's not going to be on your exam, right? What parts do we need to know, or what the, where could you find, you know, where can you find the requirement for the pilot in command, all right? They will not ask you anything like that. So don't worry about it. But if you don't understand something, then just let me know, okay? But I will just show you guys this, all right? All right, so you have about 10 part regulations, all right? Can be found online or everything for free, of course. All right, so if you're talking about, you know, part 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4, all right, personal licensing and training. So we as a school operate under part 4, all right? Now, for other people, for other companies, they may operate under part 7, I think, commercial air services, right? If you're operating a drone, you may be under part IX, whatever IX means, right? But that's how it's being divided, okay? Good. Now, if you want to write that down, you can, right? I would say write down at least 4 is advisory. All right, that would be an important part over here. So you have your parts, your either regulation, standard, or advisory. And then the subpart, and then the section, to the subsection, to the paragraph. All right, so it's all basically done into each subsection. Hello. All right. So everything is again down into subsection, and that's really all you need to know. Okay. Again, they won't ask you what does this number mean. All right. So if you see a number and another thing and then another thing, right? It's all just subsection explaining it further down. Okay, as if the zero is again telling you what you have to do.
So 4 is the part and 1 is the subpart.
What are you talking about?
On this bottom one, the bottom line, this is 4 is the part and then 1 is the subpart. So the arrow is pointing at.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so telling you a regulation, so that's what Transport Canada wants you to do, and you have to follow it no matter what. All right, that's law. That's what the zero means.
0 is the section of 2, right? Are the arrows pointing?
What are they talking about?
Is the arrow pointing to 0 or 5 on the bottom one?
To 5. Well, to the whole point.
Oh.
All right. All right. Does this make sense to everyone? Okay, so we have again, in the middle here, 0 is regulation. You must do it. 2 is how to do it, and 4 is good to know, nothing more than that. Okay. Cool. All right, so how do we find specific rules, all right? So you may ask yourself, what is an SPP, all right? What is the privilege of an SPP? So when you guys start to fly, you will have your students pilot permits, all right? But the question is, what could you do with it? With a student pilot permit, could you carry passengers without an instructor on board? Could you fly at night, right? Can you fly without supervision, right? So all of those things, good questions that I always get asked, all right? And the answer is very simple. You just look it up, okay? So you go to the subpart 1, flight crew. Sorry, so firstly you go to part 4, personal licensing and training. And then you'll go to the subpart for flight crew permits, licensing and rating. All right. And then you'll see it right over there. All right. The holder of a student pilot permit may act as a pilot in command of an aircraft of the category for which the permit is endorsed if you're flying in the day only in Canada, right? No passenger is carried on board, right? Under direct supervision, okay? So you can't fly by yourself when the school is closed or with pass. You can't do any of that by yourself, okay? Good. So this is just kind of like, how would you be finding the information for yourself? All right. So part 4, so part 1, section 19. All right, it's the decimal there, right? And then subsection 1, paragraph A to E. And also subsection 2 you could have, right? Now, each part includes an interpretation section to provide definition